preparing the meat for marinating it. So tomorrow when I create the shank, when I create the birria, it'll be nice and marinated. I did a handmade sofrito. This is the Puerto Rican part. Handmade sofrito with a little bit of extra garlic, some olive oil, beef broth, a little bit of sazon I buy, and a little bit of adobo. And that's the Puerto Rican part. It's like that Puerto Rican tropical flavors, Caribbean flavors. And this is beef shank. Beef chunk. I also going to add beef shank. Most people only use one meat, but I use two meats. Sometimes I'll use beef shank. Sometimes I'll use beef back ribs. The big ones, the ones that are thick. I use that mostly for the bones because I like the way the bone flavor tastes. Today I got a good deal on the shanks, so I'm using the shanks. I've done both ways. Both ways come out great. And I basically marinate it in this kind of liquid. That's what it looks like. And I'll pour it on top of another batch once I fill it in. The reason why I do it here, so I use a really big cutting board. I use an extremely big cutting board, and I place the shank on top. I try to leave it not frozen. As you can see, it's nice and loose, but definitely cold and stiff, right? So I try to do it the minute I bought it. I just bought this. Today is July 3rd. What time is it? 9:58 p.m. I bought it at 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm marinating for 24 hours. Yes, I like marinating. Marinating because there's so much more flavor. You listen to my 80s and 90s music, you're gonna have to deal with that. It's the best time, best period in the world. Not the best for everything, but definitely for an overall amount of things. It was a time when we were finding ourselves. A time when every song had meaning. They didn't just sing songs for profit. They just happened to make profit. But a lot of songs had a lot of meaning. A lot of breakup songs, a lot of dating songs, a lot of protest songs came out of there. Some of my favorite decades. And also some really cool technology came out in the 80s and 90s. All the technology used today started there. So I got to see all that. You're squeamish to me? Don't watch. It's for July 4th. not only for the pop-up, I actually do this at home on a regular days, but not as big, right? Not as much. Now I'm doing it, for a lot of people that I'm expecting. Again, Avalon Park. So I'm cooking a lot. Normally I don't cook a lot of this, but I'll make, thinking, this one's gonna be for this, obviously, right? For obvious reasons. We're also making empanadas. I'll show you that in a minute when I get to it. But once I marinate this, I'll start on the empanadas. The meat is right there, the ground beef. That was frozen, so I have to wait to defrost. A good way to defrost that I found, I actually saw it on TikTok, is water, room temperature water, salt. I use coarse salt and vinegar. Liberal with the vinegar. It helps it frost it a little faster, pretty quickly, and keeps it soft. I don't know how it does it. I don't know why it does it. I know it works. I'm not a professional cook. I learned to cook from my mother and my grandmother. Today we're gonna make the empanadas. We have to prep them, right? Because this is cooked. The birria takes 3 hours. So I'll start cooking it tomorrow morning, like at 6 a.m. The event starts at 1. So I'll start cooking around 6 a.m. Be out the house by shredding it, about an hour shredding it, putting it in the bowls. I leave around 11. Get there pretty quickly, around 11:30. Gives me, an hour and a half to set up the environment. And then I do the tacos there, right? Because the tacos are cooked and they're hardened. So I do them there. The empanadas, on the other hand, have to be kind of not cooked. The dough doesn't get cooked, but the meat definitely gets cooked, right? Because it's inside. So I'll cook the meat, the cheese not necessarily, and I freeze them. And then when I get that, I fry them in a deep fryer for about 4 minutes at 350 degrees. If it's too frozen, the reason why I wait till now to do everything instead of doing it before, I know a lot of people, I don't like doing it, I like doing it fresh. I like it fresh, as fresh as possible, right? So I try not to cook it days in advance or prepare days in advance, just freeze it. So I don't want the freeze to just keep setting in every day, every moment that it stays frozen. I think it sets in. So I do it at the last minute as much as I can. Okay, now I'm good. This one in. Right on top before. Get as close as possible. But if it is frozen and you want to cook it firm frozen, what I've done, I lower the temperature to about 300 degrees, maybe 325 instead of 350. Depends. I keep looking at the oil. I'll keep staring at the oil and keep looking at it. And I'll put it in there which will take a little longer. Instead of taking 3 minutes, it takes 3 or 4 minutes. It takes 6 to 8 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. So around 6 minutes, I start to stare at it, right? Start to look at them, pull them out, stare at them. I don't want them to get too burnt outside. I would like to get them crispy. I like them to be nice and light and crispy looking, right? And so I'll do that and keep paying attention to it, and that'll help heat up the inside of the food. Or I've done sometimes where I'll fry them and then throw them, if I'm in the house, I'll fry them and throw them in an air fryer for about 3 minutes. And then so, the empanadas, yeah. I'm doing beef and cheese, almost like a pizza. One of my favorites. A cheese one, and then I'm doing a dessert with guava, dulce de leche, cream cheese, in little small squares. So basically I take the empanada and I'll make a 5-inch empanada, and then I'll cut that. I cut that in half, and I make like little triangle bites, which is kind of cool. You'll see that later in the video. this is that you slow cook it. I have to make the bija sauce, which takes some time. It's 3 different chilies, a bunch of some onions, peppers, a bunch of stuff. You put it together. You do it to taste. I blend it, and yeah, I taste it. I actually taste it because it's food. Who cares, right? It's not like it needs to be its own vegetables. You know, you can eat vegetables raw. So I taste it to make sure I got a nice kick to it, nice spice, the spice that I like to have. And the spice I like to have is in between crazy Mexican spice and normal, you know, kick. My wife loves it. My wife is Mexican, so she loves to make super spicy. Woo! This chuck roast was, I forgot, about 27.5 pounds. I got 2 of them. There's another one in there. That's how much I'm making. Comes out about $100. But it's a lot of damn meat. I got it at Restaurant Depot. If you go to Restaurant Depot, tell them, hey, I saw Juan on MexiRican YouTube. Recommended you guys. They give me a discount. They don't pay me. Right here, they'll give me a discount. By the end of it, I'm probably gonna have, I have 3 here. I'll probably have another 2 or 3. Those would be kind of okay. July 4th, Avalon Park. I'm in booth 178, MexiRican Fusion. Sorry guys, maintenance came to check on some stuff. Coming back. So, I'm gonna continue. I'm probably gonna shut it down because I have other stuff to do and have to prep everything. Because this is frozen. How did this get so frozen? Damn it. Let's just put that last night. Anyway. Guys, take care. MexiRican. Look it up. They're on TikTok, YouTube, Kick, something with a T. I don't know. My media guy does all that shit. And I'll take care of you later. Thank you. Have a great time. Prosperous. Be good. Nice.